Hi, and welcome to another episode of the How to Be a Money Master show. I am Jennifer Harder, your financial educator, and today we are going to discuss how to choose whether you want to pay with cash or credit. And right now, there's a lot of debate going on whether you should make purchases with cash or credit. And the first thing I'm going to say is I detest the word should, so we're going to knock that one right out of there. So the bigger question is, how do you choose for yourself whether you want to pay with cash or credit? And but there's still a lot of debate either way, whether you should or whether you decide to or you're choosing or whatever words you want to use. But a credit card, it can be very convenient. There are all sorts of wonderful things like rewards and things along those lines, cash back or points or whatever you want to use. Um, Credit cards offer certain protections, such as additional warranties, 0% foreign transaction fees, um, you know, fraud protection, all sorts of wonderful things that credit cards are great for. However, they also make it really, really easy to spend more than you had planned on spending. And, you know, but if you use, uh, you know, to your advantage, use wisely, those credit card, especially when you have reward points, those points can easily pay for your annual vacation or be accrued towards a new car or whatever you feel like using them for. And so, the easiest choice if you're going to use credit, once again, first, let me back up just a little bit. If you do not have the discipline to use the credit card basically as a debit card and only used it for budgeted expenses, then you should probably leave the credit card at home. Oh, what? I just said should. Sorry, I said I was not going to use it. So you may want to consider leaving. You may want to strongly consider leaving the credit card at home if you do not have the discipline to stay within your budget. But the easiest choice, if you do want to use a credit card and leverage your credit in order to make yourself even more money by getting those rewards points or the cash back or whatnot, the easiest way to do that is to use your credit card to pay for any fixed recurring expenses that you have within your budget automatically. So a lot of times you can set up so that you are paying your electric bill or your utility bill with your credit card. You set it up, it's on file. Same thing probably with your internet, cable, TV provider. Although hopefully at this point, you've really minimized that expense and, now you're really smart about, make sure that you're only getting what you really, really, really want and need. You could even set it up to pay for your cell phone, your mortgage, your rent, any number of things that will allow you to pay by credit card. Almost anything that has the option to do that will allow you to set up for recurring payments. And then all you do, because you know how much that's going to be, you pay for that item with your credit card, and then you have a corresponding payment that goes from your checking account or savings account to pay off the credit card. And so, that's like the best of both worlds because you had that middleman and then you're not uh, building any debt. So, at the very least, you want to make sure at least monthly, if not paying every 2 weeks is also a good way to do it. But like I said, if when it comes to recurring payment, you would be paying anyways. You might as well set it up to come out right then and there, so that there's no real lag in it's sitting on your credit card. Now, if you have the discipline to stay within your budget for variable expenses, including groceries, food, gas, etc., you would follow the same principle for those purchases. Once again, though, if you do not have the discipline to stay within your budget, you may really want to consider strongly using cash for those purchases. I cannot stress that enough. So now, you'll also want a credit card for when you're traveling. Not only is it safer traveling with a credit card versus cash, some credit cards will offer a 0% foreign transaction fee. They have fraud protection. The downside is, though, just be aware that if your card is compromised while you are traveling, most credit cards will only send the replacement card to your home address. So if you are out of the country or far away or on a cruise or whatever the case might be where you are not going to be home in the foreseeable future, it could leave you without any credit in a foreign country. And then if you don't have the cash on hand, you could wind up in a tight spot. So just be aware of that. But if you do use your credit card. And I would highly suggest you, just from personal experience, after having my card cloned in Paris, and they actually used it in a chip reader, they used the cloned card in a chip reader. The only thing that saved me was the fact that the person signed their name. And so that was how they were able to detect it was fraud, and not just me out having a good time and then claiming it was. But they were able to clone it because even though I had it, I followed all the rules, keeping it close to my body in a secret space, all that kind of stuff. I did not have it in a pouch, a protective pouch that would keep it from being cloned. So you can bet, before I go on my next international trip, I will be purchasing something that I can put my credit cards in that will keep them safe from those scanners, because that was a little crazy experience. So, and also, while you're using, since you're on vacation and you have budgeted money for it, you could go ahead and save up a lot of points, or earn a lot of points or cash back or whatnot while you're on your trip. In addition, like I said, a lot of the travel credit cards will offer trip insurance, car rental damage insurance, concierge perks, lounge perks. They may get you upgraded rooms. We actually stayed in a hotel in Monaco on the top floor. It was, oh my gosh, unbelievable. Facing the Bay of Monaco, or the Port de Monaco, with a balcony. We were overlooking the harbor with billions of dollars worth of yachts. They even gave us free drinks. They gave us free mini bar, those little welcoming things with the fresh fruits and the macaroons that had the hotel's logo on it. I mean, it was unbelievable. And that was for being a rewards member. And so, there are some really, really, really great perks. Once again, just, be smart, be careful, be safe. And we actually paid, I know I talk about this all the time, but we actually paid for all of our hotels with points on that trip to France. And we were able to get the airfare for free because my sister used her airline points. And so it made for a very, very inexpensive, enjoyable, and memorable week. The next thing too to keep in mind is that you will want a credit card. I know there's a push for, especially for millennials, credit free. There seems to be this big thing, and it drives me absolutely insane, because they're doing a huge disservice. But there are certain people out there who try to pass themselves off as gurus, who will tell you that the whole goal is to be debt free and not have a credit card. And that is really setting yourself up for failure, because you need credit. If you want to buy a house, you need credit. If you want to buy a car, I mean, yes, you could save up your money, but guess what? A lot of times they will have amazing deals when you finance the car, and then a month or two down the road, you pay it off in cash. In the meantime, you sometimes get some great savings and perks by financing even for a short time. And if you want to rent a car, you need a credit card. If you use a debit card, the car rental company will want a large down payment, and it may take a couple weeks after you return the car before the company returns your money, which ties up your money, which is okay if you have the money in savings to cover that. However, you're missing out. If you have that kind of money where you can, you have the savings to pay for the rental car with a debit card, then get the credit card, use it occasionally when you need to, and have it in your pocket so that you have, you can take advantage of the rewards. Make your money work for you. Be smart. Don't just follow some fast-talking, schmoozing, guy who claims to know it all, and who really doesn't have your best interest in heart, because he just wants to sell you his program and his books, and and all that kind of stuff. So make sure you're using your credit wisely, using your money wisely. Learn how to think for yourself. That's why I'm here as an educator, because it's all about learning what is best for you. I will not tell you what to do. I will, warn you as best I can about certain things, but at the end of the day, the decision is up to you. I'm kind of going on a rant right here, but but anyways, just keep that in mind. I really want you to have the information so that you are empowered to make decisions for yourself, and to eventually become financially free if that's what you want. And, one of the best ways to become financially free is to use credit and debt leverage to your, um, to your advantage, because that's what it's all about. And last but not least, I do want to say too, I do have a couple other topics in this series that kind of build upon this. One is how to build your credit. So if your credit is not that great and you want to increase your credit score, please go over and see my video or my articles about that. I also have one about choosing the right credit card. So if you have decided that you want to have a credit card that really works for what you want it to do, then you can go over and check that out. We have a lot of articles over at the How to Be a Money Master website. So that's https://howtobeamoneymaster.com, as well as on my Facebook page. I post there weekdays. And we have a wonderful free Facebook community. So if you like all of this and you want to be able to discuss these things with other people who are like-minded, who are also looking to become financially empowered and maybe even eventually financially free, you can definitely head on over to Facebook to the How to Be a Money Master free Facebook group. It's at https://www.facebook.com/groups, groups with an S on the end, so plural, / how to be a money master, and then one more slash. So if you want to find it that way. But please, there's 3 simple questions, and you could be in there and talking to everyone else who are all, have the same goals in mind. So thank you again. It's been wonderful chatting with you just now, and I hope to see you all soon. Have a great day.